everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 3 different types of icing with polymer clay. I'll show you guys how to make some with some actual polymer clay as well as with acrylic paint and chalk pastels. For all 3 of them you are going to need some liquid clay though. I'm using TLS, but you can use whatever liquid clay you have. So let's get started. So the first way that you can make some fake icing is by using some polymer clay and then some liquid clay. I am using translucent liquid Sculpey, but any brand of liquid clay will work. So you're just going to want to condition your clay to start out so it's nice and soft. It'll be a lot easier to mix when it's really well conditioned. I'm using blue clay to make some like blue icing. But you can always just use white clay and then use chalk pastels or acrylic paint and mix that into the icing after to give it some color. So you're just going to want to start by taking your clay and then flattening it out and laying it on a surface that you can use to mix your icing. And then you're just going to want to grab your liquid clay and put some on top of the clay. So once you have all your liquid clay on top of your clay, you might have to play around with the ratios a bit to get it to the consistency that you like. I usually find about 1 part actual clay and then 2 parts liquid clay works best. But once you have it all together, then you just want to mix it up. Once you're finished, you should have something that's along this consistency. Once again, you can kind of play around with the proportions of clay to liquid clay if you would like it thicker or thinner. But once you have that, you can use it to decorate whatever you want. Like I have a little cupcake here, and I'm just going to use it to ice the cupcake. And then once you're done icing it, you can just bake your creation how you would normally bake it. Any extra icing, you can just put in a little airtight container and save it for whenever you want to use it next. The next 2 ways to make icing are very simple. This will make a bit of a thinner icing, more like a glaze. You are once again going to start with some liquid clay, and then for one of them I'm going to use chalk pastels to color it, and the other I'm going to use acrylic paint. So for the chalk pastels, you're just going to want to grab whatever color pastel you want your icing to be, and then just scrape some on top of the liquid clay. The darker you want your color to be, the more pastel you're going to need. So once you've scraped some on, just going to mix it together. Happy with the color, you're done, but if you'd like it a little darker, you can always add more. For the next type of icing, once again it's very similar. I'm just going to take some acrylic paint. I'm going to use some red and just add it into the icing and then mix it together. Add them to your creations. I have these 2 little donuts that I'm going to be adding these icings to. And once again, once you have those, you can just bake them how you normally would. So as you guys saw earlier, I put the icing on just some simple charms. just so you guys can see how it looks after it's baked. So this is the first charm with the polymer clay and liquid clay mix. And then this little donut has the liquid clay and chalk pastel mix. And then finally, this one has the liquid clay and acrylic paint. So those are just 3 little examples of how the icings turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.